So I'm back from school and I have been working on the truck a little bit. So far, I've cleaned off the valve covers. I'll show you that in a second. There's just a ton of grease on those and diesel. They're actually looking pretty good. So here they are. It's chipping a bit, and then where those triangular pieces go, it's raw or like bare metal. This valve cover has a dent in it, which I didn't notice. There's a little surface rust on that end, but the international primer, I call it primer, I don't know the technical term, but it looks like primer, is showing very good, even though there's, rust and stuff. But I'm cleaning these so I can tell if I did a good job with putting new seals and doing the return line kit, so I can see any grease, grime, or diesel that's spilling out on them. Alright guys, so I just got the oil dipstick mount cleaned up. I can't remember on which valve cover it goes, but it sits like that off of it, and then it might actually sit over the valve cover. Not sure. It goes one way or the other. But I cleaned this up. This is the part that clamps or holds the tube that sticks up. It's where you can pull out the dipstick. So we've got all that cleaned up, and now we're just waiting for a package on these valve cover gaskets. We're waiting on return line kit, a return line kit. I'm hoping that the kit comes with extra hose for the 90 here. Also, we're going to be taking out the injectors because the return line kit comes with new, copper washers for them. So just in case any of those are leaking, I'm going to go ahead and put those on the injectors. Alright, I just got the fuel filter hat or fuel filter head cleaned up pretty good. There's still some junk down in there and in there, but this is all cleaned up. I got this surface cleaned up so it's good for a new filter, and it's looking good. Come here. Alright, so I was doing homework in the living room and my rat dog started going crazy, so we might have a package. Here we go. There's the valve cover gaskets, and then this might be their return line kit. So we'll open them up and see. As you can see, my box is already pre-opened for me, so that's nice of them. Yep, they're in there. Alright, so we got Felpro gaskets. They do look like the right gaskets, so we're doing good on that. And hopefully we have the return line kit. Alright, and then I already see Delphi? I don't know. That's the logo I saw when I ordered it, so there's the return line kit. Right there. Yep. Got everything we need. Whoa. We're free flowing. Alright. We're back at the truck. We are working on injectors now and injector lines. It's more of a pain in the butt than I thought. So I'm gonna have to watch some videos on how you can do this, because I thought if I got all these loose from the injectors, I would just be able to kind of push them out of the way a little bit. But they are really stiff, and it seems like I'm gonna have to detach them from the actual pump, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So yeah, we're gonna try and get that done. Alright, now they're both off, and we have a zip tie here. I might have to cut that, but our lines seem like they're moving more free, but I don't know. In the video, it looked like they were way looser, so we might actually have to take them off the pump, which is not what I wanted to do. But we're gonna take the zip tie off and see if it makes a difference. Alright, we're back. I figured out the trick. You don't have to take it completely off, but you do have to loosen the bottom, or the injector nut, or the hard line. And now I've got it tightened back up, but where it's in a higher position, right here. And I'm gonna try to reach all of them as best as I can, because there's a lot of stuff in the way. I'm struggling. And we got this guy. Was the next easiest one to get off. Some stuff first, because my buddy Nick has some silicone stuff for putting on the gaskets for the valve covers, and it is necessary to do it right, so we are waiting for that. And I don't want to get the valve covers all dirty, because I did clean them up. That one was pretty difficult. Got diesel flying everywhere. Alright, we are now getting the injectors out. Took a breaker bar and a 1-inch socket. And these are the seals that seal the piece that connects the return lines. So I'm going to break all these loose, get them cleaned up a little bit, replace the washer, and replace these seals. Got the injectors out now. This was first cylinder and then all the way back. These three are wet and the first one's not, so I don't really know what that means. I would assume that's supposed to be wet, so that's kind of concerning, but I'm gonna pop these washers off, pop these seals off, and then reseal them. Alright, so I'm gonna be doing one injector at a time, and I've got a little like cut off bottom of a bottle, and you want to soak your O-rings in it so you don't crack it, or I don't know, it just makes it easier to slip over as well. Plus it's gonna have diesel on it already. Okay. And I've heard that it's easier to get the top one on first and then roll the second one over. Just like that. Okay. 2 brand new seals there, and then lastly we'll be putting on the copper washer. I'm gonna take some clean rags and clean this up a little better, and then I'll put it on there. Okay, so I took a rag, cleaned it up, cleaned these threads up as best as I could, and then press this copper washer on here so it won't fall off. So this will be good to go back in. Alright, so I've got that set in the, oh, that could have been bad, the right hole, right injector hole. And with this utility blade, I'm just poking it under and cutting them basically, because we're not going to be using them or reusing them. And I think the kit comes with extra just in case you mess one of them up. I'm going to slip the O-rings on again for you. Okay. It's easy to take your thumbnail if you have a longer thumbnail and just kind of use it to push it over the edge. And I actually soaked these O-rings for probably 10 minutes, just so if they were hardened from sitting in this kit box for a while, that they wouldn't snap or crack or anything. So brand new shiny O-rings on there. I already took the copper washer off, so I'm going to clean the surfaces on this and then put a new copper washer on it. There we go, brand new washer, ready to go back in the engine. Alright guys, so I got my 2 corners and my 2 straights. I've ran my finger along the insides of these to make sure there's no sharp edges that'll cut the brand new seals I put in. So all I'm going to do is put like a tiny dab of oil on the inside of this so it'll slide over nice. And then we're going to cut our lines to size. Alright, we've got all 4 of those connectors on. I did need to use the oil on that because they did not want to slide on very well. So now what we're going to do is measure this distance from the end of this neck, or the start of this neck, to the start of this neck. And then we'll put 2 clamps on each one, and this side will be done. Just got this one cut to size and clamped on. Looks really good. So we're gonna do that all the way down and then somehow figure out how to make this work and not use too much material and hopefully have enough material. Alright, we're coming along pretty well here. We've got one more line to do and then this whole side's done. Only thing I'm worried about is getting the hard lines to seal back up and getting them back on the injectors and fuel pump, because it was a pain in the butt. So it's going good. Okay, it's the next day. I just got off of my morning class. I took this side off, or the passenger side return lines, and I just got the first injector out. So I'm gonna be doing it one injector at a time now, because I need to, as you can see, there's a bunch of junk around the injectors and I don't want that getting down into the pre-chambers and stuff. So I'm gonna use this brake clean that my pappy picked up at O'Reilly's, and that's still an issue, that fuel line. So I'm gonna have to try to find a tool that I can somehow get down in there and just at least loosen it up so I can pivot it and move it out of the way, because I was able to get the return line off, but I can't fit a socket over that to take the injector out. So that's where we're at right now. Alright, this injector, I got it all sprayed off, got the threads cleaned, because those threads are always packed full of crap. 2 seals up here replaced, and then copper washer. So now we're gonna, this is really hard to do, to film, but okay, I'm gonna prop you guys up somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Gonna need 2 hands because I don't want to drop the washer down in there. There it goes. As you can hear, those threads are really bad, or they have a bunch of junk in them, but I'm just gonna hand tighten them and move on to this one. And to get these injectors out, I'm just using a breaker bar and a 1-inch socket, and it's a bad socket too. This is a 12-point socket. A lot better if you have yourself a 6-point socket. Alright, now once this is in, we'll only have one more injector to put seals on, which is going to be a pain in the butt because don't know how to get it out. Alrighty, as you can see, that injector's out. I took the grinder to this wrench and ground off quite a bit on each side, so it's skinnier, and it fit down there good enough. And this is the worst looking injector out of all of them, which isn't even terrible, so sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and get the seals and copper washer replaced on this. Alrighty. Okay, anyway, Nick just stopped by with the right stuff. This is like gasket sealer, and I'm just gonna lay a bead all the way down and around the bolt holes. He came here and taught me how to do it, so thank you, Nick. We got our gaskets here. Right now I'm just drying the surface off here and on the head, and then we'll be putting them on. Next time you see me, we'll probably be done with the valve covers because my phone is almost dead, so see you then. Alright, valve covers are on. Got them decent. Well, I got them as tight as I could without messing up the gasket. Yeah, I just got 3 left, so sweet. Okay, I just got all the injector lines back on, so we're doing good there. And then the only line that we have to run is the one from this corner to the filter. We're now working on the fuel filter hat, slowly wrenching away. It's kind of a pain. Okay, that's tight. Now I'm going to get the hard line on here, and then bolt this side up, get that side tight, and then we're ready for our fuel filter. Alright guys, I just got this last return line done to the fuel hat, and I got these 2 hard lines tightened up, so now we're ready for fuel filter. And we got to plug in our sensors and then blow out the air cleaner, put the fuel line separators back on, run through everything, make sure it's tight, and then prime the system. Okay, so I shut it off because I didn't want to run any more unfiltered air through it. So I put the it's like a little guard there. I had that off because I first started it and it went to like 1500 RPM, which is not normal. So I thought it might run away or have a chance of running away. That might sound stupid, but it's better to be safe than sorry, because this thing means a lot to me. So I had that off, and then I had a flat piece of wood ready to put over it if I had to. So now that it's running good, I won't have to worry about that, knock on wood. I got these holders and the rubber separators back on. Just a pain in the butt. But now we got the air box or air filter, air cleaner. We got that all put together, so we're gonna put it on there now. Alright, we got the air cleaner on the intake now. It looks so nice. I can't really clean this up. I've tried. It's like, I don't know, there's definitely a sticker that used to be there, so it's just glue or something. And I washed it off, but there's like dust already forming on it, so whatever. But it looks much better in here, a lot cleaner than before. I'm very proud of myself for doing this. So now we're going to start it again and bleed everything out of the lines with this right here. Try and do it. Yeah, probably couldn't hear that, but there's a little air that came out, so we'll set up the camera so you can hear it start. Got you by the exhaust tip. You can tell it's running a little rough, so see air coming out of there. There's a good amount of air in there that we just got out. Alright, we're going on a test drive. Gonna get a start up for you guys. That's good. Really good. Alright, we're going on a drive now. Hoping you guys cleaned up. Man, I love this truck a lot more than my Ranger. It's a lot nicer. Even though the Ranger's like, I don't know how many, 8 years newer.
you noticed a difference in the air quality, and is that smoke from the California wildfires, is that doing anything? Betsy Stone from the University of...
Oh.